I come from a background where, like, you know, we was into a little of the street racing and that type stuff. Cause you know, like, it's not really good, but it's like convenient. You know what I'm saying? And like we always been hot rodders. And hot rodders drive fast cars on the street. So what you do, you go race. Some of the guys that race, that do big rim racing, like they in it more for the attention than for the actual racing. Like a lot of the guys don't have the background of racing like I have. So their agenda, they wanna, you know, they wanna get their followers up. You know what I'm saying? Or they want people to scream their name. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody got a different approach, but my approach is to go out there, beat your ass, and then I already know who name they gonna scream. Boostdoctor, the doctor of boost. All right, I got a 1987 Caprice Classic. Around here we call them Box Chevys. The car makes about 1,400 horsepower at the wheels. So the engine starts out as the Chevrolet 427 race block. It's called a LSX block. So I have that. I have Callie's crank, Oliver billet rod, wide scope pistons, and trick flow heads. I have Boyd Warner turbos on there. They're 72 millimeter, and it runs on E85 fuel. I'm using a Holley HP computer, and that allows me to make any adjustment what I need, you know, before a race. I'm using a Power Glide transmission. It has all the upgrades, Sonics, planetary, 169, all the heavy duty clutches, super shaft, everything. Like that's what it takes to get a car this heavy to go and stay together and not break. The rear end is a 9-inch Ford. I'm currently running 411 gears, and that's pretty much my go-to gear for the 26-inch wheels and the drag radius. The suspension is stock appearing, but you know, I have upgraded control arms, solid bushings, you know, and that type of thing. The body of the car is pretty much stock. I changed the car is a 87, but it has a 85 nose on it with the 87 headlights integrated in there. I kind of like that look. It's a smoother look, and that was actually an idea of my buddy Edgar from Eggy's Customs. The car, all panels are still factory steel, no fiberglass. Although everyone seemed to think that the car is so light, but it's all steel, all factory glass, and the car generally weighs above 4,200 pounds in big wheel trim. So that's pretty much the combination that I'm currently running now, although I've had a lot of different other combinations in there. So I can remember back and I was probably 7 years old, and my dad already had me working on cars. Like when I was 7, I could replace brake pads or whatever. Like it seemed to be like one of the first things I learned to do. I appreciate that. Like at the time, you know, I always been excited about it. And of course, you know, every little boy gonna wanna hang with his dad, and that's what my dad had me doing. So my dad always showed me, you know, he showed me the way we're working on cars, but he would show me more efficient ways to do things. I think it has helped me a lot on the track and has gave me, you know, a competitive edge. So yeah, I miss him, man, but like he was definitely the one that got me into all this stuff. I owe that to him for sure. So then we fast forward to 2017, the big rim racing era, you know? So that's when I decided I was gonna take my Caprice and I was gonna come out and I was gonna show them boys that I could run with them. So at the time, Donkmaster out of South Carolina, he posted me in the bad boy. So I had my buddies, man, you heard about Donkmaster, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah. Like, you think you can beat him? I was like, yeah. And you know, my buddy kind of just looked at me like, man, you know you can't beat Donkmaster. You know, that's kind of how he looked at me. And I'm like, man, you tripping. So the first race I went to was in Fayetteville, and it was Donkmaster was putting on the race. And you know, Donkmaster had been doing pretty well. I don't think he had ever lost on the track before. And we was like, we want to race him. So Donkmaster, you know, he had really big wheels. He had 28-inch wheels. And at the time, like, I wasn't a real big wheel guy at the time. I had 20s on my car. I thought I was doing something. You know, I got my little 20s on there, man. You know, I'm a lot older than them guys, so 20s was big, you know? So I had my 20s on there, and Donkmaster told me, he said, I want to race you, but he said, you got to give me something because your wheel's not big as mine. And I was like, well, what you need? And he was like, I need the back tire. So the back tire means that when we go up there and we stage our cars, I'm gonna stage my car with my front wheels, and he's gonna stage his car with his back wheels. So he essentially be a car length in front of me. So once I agreed to do that, they was like, nah, we need more than that. We need the back tire and the brake, which means not only do he get a wheelbase in front of me, but when the light turned green, I gotta sit there and wait for him to move first. And once he moves, then I can follow. We agreed to that, and we went out there. I gave him the brake. He left out on me. I caught him, and I pulled him about 3 cars. That set the internet world on fire, like Instagram, all that. Like I think I had like 1,800 followers on Instagram before I raced him. And then the next day I had like 3,600 followers. So like I kind of took off from there, man, and I pretty much never looked back. And like I done ran a lot more other guys with a big name and beat them too. You know, it's pretty much what I do. You know, so I have 4 kids, 27, 16, 8, and 5. Yeah, I got a lot of gaps in between there, yeah. But you know, I love them all, man. And my kids, they accept me, I accept them. My son Marquise, he's probably the one that's the most like me. Like during my come up of my racing, like he was always there. Like, man, I remember having my Camaro driving to the track with him in the baby seat, man. So I never forget, man. We was on the street driving one day, and I was at the stoplight, and Marquise, he loves speed or whatever. And I took off on the light and went through the intersection, man. And I got home, and my mama told me, I seen you flying through that light, and Marquise sitting up over that baby seat like this right here, looking out the window. Man, that was so funny to me, man. Well, yeah, Marquise, man, he's been there since the beginning. You know, he had his own little racing career himself. Like he in the motorcycles, so that's something else we've done. Like we've raced motorcycles and mini bikes and dirt bikes. So my daughter, she's starting to come around to the cars. She's 16. She's starting to come around to the cars more now. I mean, when she was younger, she was into it a little bit, but like now, I think she appreciate them more and she have a better understanding of like what it means to me, you know? So then there's Nicholas. Nicholas is 8 years old. Nicholas don't care nothing about no cars, like nothing, but the science. He is the type that he want to know how that car works. He's that type of guy. I can see Nicholas being an engineer. Like, he's gonna invent something that we all gonna use. I just feel like that. He's very brilliant. And then Myra, like, she's 5, so she's still young. I'm still feeling her out a little bit. But like, she acts a lot like me. And I know her mom gonna look at this and be like, yeah, I told you. Yeah, but she acts a lot like me. I will say that. As far as the racing and stuff, it's too early to tell, because I don't really like force anything on my kids. Like, you just gotta let them be themselves, you know? So we'll see how Myra turn out, but she's got some Ira in her for sure. And so my wife, man, like, so my wife has always supported me from day one. Day one, never cracked her mouth about me wasting some money or you know, like when I met her, it was funny, cause like when I met her, I was like, well, I'm gonna tell you this, like, I race and I'm probably gonna do it forever, and you know, it's what I do. And you know, she accepted that, and it's never been a problem. And she's been a big help. Like, I'm out on the road all the time, and I mean, she taking care of the little ones. And, you know, that's major, because like, I've never had to miss a race because of family duties, you know what I'm saying? So that's very major, and I really, really appreciate her, you know? Like, she does a lot. To my haters, man, you know, I always say, like, I got supporters and I love them, man. And I got haters and I love them. You know why I love haters? Because a hater feels some type of way about what you're accomplishing. You know what I'm saying? So if you hating on me, then that pretty much means you feel some type of way about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wondering why it ain't you. So haters motivate me. You know what I'm saying? It's so many of them on Instagram. They motivate me. They motivate me. Every time somebody get on there, oh, Boostdoctor, you ain't got this, or you can't do this. Guess what? I got it. I did it. That's what made me get in my car and just really perform. That's what made me come here at night and go through my car, figure things out, and you know, that's how I operate. But I tell people all the time, when you in the club, partying, having drinks, man, I'm here working on my car. You think I'm just fast because I got lucky. No, I ain't get lucky. I worked for it. I made this happen. It ain't nothing about luck. I made this happen. Like, everything on my car, I understand what's going on. Like, I ain't stumbled over anything. Like, I made this happen. And that's what you gotta do. My name is Ira Self, known as the Boostdoctor, from Durham, North Carolina. I'm a real person with a real story, with a real ride.